All right. Hello, hello, hello. Hope you guys are doing great today. It's some nice weather, at least on my day of recording. I don't know how it's going to be on Sunday when I post this, but for me right now, it's quite nice outside. So I've got a couple interesting articles here. I got one on orangutans and how they learn a little bit. When they migrate, they do a lot of migrating. I've got the little article about the heat of the Earth, how warm it is, and the averages and stuff. I guess the Earth is getting warmer. And then there's a new octopus nursery found off the coast of Costa Rica. That's pretty cool. New octopuses, I guess. So yeah, first and foremost, hope you guys are having a good one. But we're gonna go into the orangutans. So the orangutans nurse their young ones until they're at least 6 years old, and they could stay for another 3 years after that. So it's pretty long. It's the second closest to humans, like from obviously non-human animals. And yeah, they just take their time being a kid. They learn like us, I guess, which we are. So some of our most common ancestors, right, are with these primates. So it makes sense that they're pretty similar. But yeah, they stick around for a while and they learn. Um, when orangutans migrate to different areas, they follow in and observe and do as the locals do, kind of philosophy, where they use observational social learning to learn new landscapes and the consumables in an area. So whether that's how to eat certain fruits or veggies, or how to maneuver a certain landscape, maybe you never know. They learn. They'll literally intensely stare at something for at least 5 seconds from a few meters away and just kind of stare at it to see how other people do it. The males migrate a lot more than the female counterparts who typically stay around where they were born, which is, I guess that makes sense. Maybe the motherly side just wants to stick around the family, and the males are more interested in adventuring the world, I suppose. But there's not. They haven't studied it a lot yet, but it seems that males disperse more than tens of kilometers away, so they'll move quite a bit. They'll cross different kinds of biomes, learning different ways to eat different types of things. They're quite adaptable, so it's something they're really strong on. They can cross rivers, mountains, not really a problem. So they go in all kinds of stuff. They take a couple months to learn typically in new foods, like a new area when they move. It takes a couple months for them to learn everything. So they don't know the exact time it takes them to learn stuff, but it's a couple months. They've usually learned the new biome quite well. Um, they also have different peering cultures, which is I think was kind of cool. So some orangutans from one area, when they go somewhere else, will start by watching the men, teenagers, and then the females. But in other areas, some will do the opposite, where they'll go straight to the females and then go to the young ones and then goes to the males. So I wonder if it's kind of like humans of. I'm gonna go ask the lady to make sure I don't want to embarrass myself in front of the boys. You know what I mean? They go to the females, and other places are like, I'm gonna go to the person that knows what they're doing. You know what I mean? It's I don't know. It's cool that they have different styles, I guess, from where they live. And yeah, they stated there'd be more studies to come, so there could be more to hear from the orangutans. So it's pretty cool. The hottest day on Earth. So Earth's temperature spiked on Tuesday. Pretty much over the last week has been pretty bad. Wednesday marked this third straight day for Earth's unofficial record-breaking highs. This is I think it's in Maine. There's a university studying it. That's why they say it's unofficial, because it's like a university doing it, but it's still good numbers. Monday's average temperature for Earth was 17.01 degrees Celsius, and Tuesday was 17.18 degrees Celsius, so not the greatest. And then Wednesday, Antarctica's average was 4.5 degrees Celsius. Now, last time I checked, that was a place that's all snow and ice. So the fact it's an average that's above in Celsius, not great. Tuesday was 2 degrees higher than the average for 1980 to 2000, which is, I believe, the studies for this university began in 1979 or something. So they don't have like the huge record, but they've been studying pretty good. Um, so many cities are hovering around all-time highs for weeks on end, places hitting highs 38 degrees Celsius even. And yeah, the only thing you can really tell people is just stay hydrated. You know what I mean? heat strokes aren't fun. And yeah, hitting 38s in new areas, even here where I live, it's been pretty bad. It's either been downpouring or just complete excruciating heat, and the humidity just feels like you're choking. It feels like a miasma of smog everywhere with how warm and humid it is. It's not fun. But they said, oh well, this could be maybe one of the coolest summers we might see for the rest of our lives if it just keeps getting hotter. Which, when I think of it like that, kind of sucks. I'm not interested, honestly, to have this kind of heat. It kind of sucks. It's too warm. Canadian blood and all. It's not like I enjoy freezing in the winter, but I'm not made for plus 35, if you know what I mean. I'm quite good with the cold. Now I'm gonna move on to the new Octopus Nursery. So, a new species of octopus might have been discovered off the coast of Costa Rica in this new nursery. It's only the third nursery known to exist as of right now. So one's off the coast of California, and then the other two are off the coast of Costa Rica. So it seems the Pacific Ocean is more where these nurseries are happening. Could be diversity, could be the temperatures of the water. Maybe it's more favorable. Typically, octopus go to warm waters to lay their eggs because they usually do it by themselves, and they usually die after they lay the eggs, and they go in warm water so they hatch faster. But these nurseries have been interesting because it's hundreds of females doing it together, not dying and stuff like that. So it's interesting. It's a new world, I guess. So in 2013, they found this place. I guess they found 100 female octopuses brooding in that area near a cold hydrothermal vent. So they didn't think really much of it. It was off the coast of Punta Arenas. Punta Arenas? I don't know. But yeah, they didn't think it would do much because it wasn't really favorable grounds for eggs to hatch and stuff like that. And then they didn't see any developing embryos at the time, so they left. And then they came back at the beginning of the year. They checked it out, and they saw that a bunch of them had hatched, and a bunch of them were going to hatch. So they were like, oh, this actually worked. So they are deep sea octopuses. They're around small to medium size, and they are the ones without ink sacs. So that's the kind of type of octopus they are. And the reason, you might say, like, oh, if they found them 10 years ago, why haven't they just been watching them? You know what I mean? Like, they're right there. The nursery is 9,186 feet beneath the surface of the water and is around a soccer field's worth in terms of size. So it's a decent size. And that whole area, the scientists believe, should be deemed protected. It's thriving with biodiversity, which Costa Rica, Pacific Ocean, it makes sense that there's a lot of biodiversity going on there. But it's pretty good. That's pretty deep, so that's why they haven't just been watching it every day, but now they're watching it quite a bit. But yeah, if they deem that whole area safe, that'd be pretty nice, good to study, and octopus are pretty smart and cool to watch, so it's pretty neat. It's pretty neat. So anyways, you guys have a good one. If you guys like the video, comment, subscribe, like, tell me your thoughts, you know what I'm saying? And you guys have a good one. Peace.